The National Youth Service Corps, a call to service, a call to nationhood. Nigerian youths, stand up and embrace this clarion call. Wherever you are posted, accept it, embrace it. Do not harbor any fears because your security is assured. Develop common ties with members of your host communities. You would discover that North, South, East and West, we are all brothers with common ties and a shared destiny as one nation. Do not lobby for preferential posting, for it is unpatriotic and illegal. Report at once to the orientation camp as soon as you are posted and contribute your quota to the overall development of our great nation, Nigeria. The National Youth Service Corps, building future leaders.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Inkem Agonwa. We begin today's episode with Vitalis Otese, the MD of Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Vitalis is an indigene of Benue State and a graduate of history from Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Kaduna State. It is no surprise that he heads the foremost library in the country. His journey started with his humble beginnings as a core member serving in Africa Leadership Forum in Ota, Ogun State. This is an interesting one. You don't want to miss it. Come with us.
My name's Vitalis Otese. I'm from Benue State. I studied at the Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. I read history. And as to what brought me here, yes, indeed, it was NYSC that posted me to Ogun State in 2000. My first day in camp was exciting, and as soon as I got my call-up letter on campus in Samaru, I had to report to camp on a typical Wednesday before anything else. I had been hoping that I would be posted to a place where I would be able to do some research. I read history from ABU, and if there was one thing that we did a lot in Zaria was that we did a lot of research. And all of that. So, and I enjoyed, it was something that I enjoyed very much. So I was looking forward to being posted to an organization that I could somehow put that talent, that knowledge to use. But I recall that somehow, out of the peer influence, I was posted to the central bank at the time. But the central bank rejected me and said, look, we don't have space. We already have some coppers that are yet to leave. So we will not be able to take you or absorb you for now. So you go back. And the NYSC was like, no, they will not. I mean, I couldn't just sit down and be waiting for CBN to be ready. I had to find somewhere else. So one of those days where I was returning back to Ota, returning back to Yanakbaja, where I was staying with a cousin, there was a lot of traffic on that Shango Ota road. And I noticed one very nice, clean place that I thought that I could serve there. That was Gateway Hotel. I think they had just painted the place or something like that. So the next day I brought myself there, and they rejected me again. Then I remembered that, when I was in ABU and I was doing a lot of research, there used to be materials from one organization called the Africa Leadership Forum, OTA. Then I decided that, for whatever it was worth, not necessarily to get a place to serve, but just to find out what they were doing in the place, I went there. I went to go and visit, just to visit, because I had the whole day to myself anyway, on that fateful day. On my arrival, it looked like the typical place that I had in mind all the time. So I made an effort, and when I spoke to the NYSC, they said, well, since I had not yet gotten a place that I could serve, they will send me there and see what could happen. So they gave me a letter of posting to the area. And fortunately, I was accepted.
His place of primary assignment, Africa Leadership Forum, provided a platform for Vitalis to find his passion and a path forward.
I already had an idea of what I wanted to do. So when I got that opportunity with the Africa Leadership Forum, at the time, it was a great opportunity, even though they rejected me as well. They actually did reject me. They told me that they couldn't hold me because they had a policy that if they take corpers, they must provide accommodation, they must provide this, they must provide that, and that my coming there, they already had all the corpers they needed and there was no space for me. I said, okay. So they gave me a letter of rejection. Then the next day I came back again and I said, you know what, take me, don't pay me anything, don't pay me any allowance, don't give me any accommodation, I'll take care of myself. And the executive director at that time, Mr. Aderonwale, Ayo Aderonwale, who is a very close friend of mine, and decided that, okay, it's not every day he comes across young people like me who will volunteer to serve without any alawi, as we call it there. He decided to give me a chance based on the fact that I showed some form of interest and passion for working with them. So I took the chance, went back to my NYSC officer, zonal officer, explained the situation to them. They said, fine, I should go ahead. And then I was taken, and that's how I started my NYSC at the time. It was quite an experience for me. It was a good experience. Let me say that it was a good experience.
Through his service at his place of primary assignment, it gained him international exposure due to his diligent service. He was retained after his service here.
They gave me an opportunity which was unusual. As a copper, I was taken overseas, which was very unusual. I was taken overseas for a training in conflict management by under the United Nations Summer School for Conflict, something like that, in Ireland, which was unusual. I mean, I'm just a copper. I didn't have a chance. I was just, as they say, they have written your name in pencil. There was no chance for me to be able to stay back. But when they gave me that opportunity, and I took it with the permission of NYSC, of course, and I came back and I was doing the work that they expected me to do. I was adding value for them because some of the things I think I was doing at that time were new. I was helping them to find some kind of multilateral and bilateral organizations that would sponsor some of their programs. So it wasn't something that they were quite new to. I mean, they were already doing it in other ways, but the way I was doing it was a bit different. So automatically they felt that I had something to give them to contribute. So when they offered me an employment, I spoke to a few people who said, look, take it. And since it was what I enjoyed doing anyway, I took it. So that's why I stayed in Ogun State.
He found his wife in Ogun State, his place of NYSC deployment.
She came here for NYSC in 2010. And she came from my state. And I was supposed to be some form of guardian for her. She was posted to FUNAB, the Federal University. And so after I helped her to settle in, she got her accommodation, her space and everything. Of course, she was looking up to me for a lot of guidance because she had never been to this part of the world before. I guess that's where something happened, and then although her parents insisted that she must leave, she must go back to where she was coming from before I would come and make my intentions known. So after that, we decided to settle down and then get married.
His contributions to his place of primary assignment earned him an automatic employment with the establishment, which led him to remain in the state. The NYSC gave Vitalis an opportunity to tell stories and tell the history of the country in ways that have never been done before.
Coming here to the Presidential Library was a special thing for me. I saw an opportunity to be able to tell stories, tell our history in a unique way that has not been done anywhere. I didn't know about it, I didn't understand it until I came here. And I met President Obasanjo through work. President Obasanjo had founded the Africa Leadership Forum in 1988. About 6 or 7 years after that, circumstances led him to go and cool off in Jos and then Yola as part of those who were convicted of the coup of 1995. At that time, we were still in school. So when he left then and became president in 1999, of course, I didn't get to meet him. I came here in 2000. So by the time I was here, he was already a year in office. He came back in 2007. I was still with the African Leadership Forum. By that time, I had become a programs officer, working with, dealing with international programs and all of that. So when he came back to Ota, I was still there. And from there, of course, he retired, and the African Leadership Forum, which he had created before, provided that place for him to go back to work and start regenerating the ideas that he had always had. And I was there. So naturally, we started interacting again. Then a year later, about a year later or so, when he moved to Abeokuta, we started this work on the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library.
Vitalis has found fulfillment in contributing towards the advancement of the country's development through the preservation of history and the advancement of knowledge.
I think I have been able to make a contribution to both state and even at the national level. Working with my colleagues as I have now, and particularly coming into direct relationship with Baba Obasanjo, President Obasanjo, who even gave me even further exposure, further opportunity to be able to work with him, to be able to meet with others, to be able to make direct contributions on discourses, debates, conversations. I don't have any doubt that I think, so I'm fulfilled on the basis of that. I have been able to recognize a lot of opportunities, given the difficulties that also pervade our people in the north, in the middle belt and from Tiv, where I come from. But to that extent, I can say there have been some form of door or window, if you will, for other persons from the north or from even Benue, who through me have also found space, have also found opportunity, and have also done quite a number of them, things around. NYSC that made all of these things happen. You will not be too wrong. You will actually be right. If I were to measure it against maybe from 1 to 10, where maybe 1 is not too good, where 10 is very good, I think to be closer to 10. And that is the truth. Yes, there have been issues. Yes, there have been challenges. Those who have the mandate, the direct mandate to operate it, are also looking at how they can improve on it, how they can make it better, and especially with the kind of challenges that is facing this country today. So the NYSC does have an opportunity and a space to still play in promoting national integration in the country. Nigeria serves, Nigeria we serve.
What an inspiring story. Never discountenance the place of humble beginnings and apply diligence in every phase of growth. We move on. We move on to our next story on Odewale Isiaka Olajide. Olajide is an indigene of Osun State and a graduate of Federal Polytechnic at Ado-Ekiti. He was deployed to Ebonyi State back in 2003 for his service here and was posted to Akano Ibiam Federal Polytechnic in Ebonyi State for his primary assignment. Due to his diligence in service, he was retained by the institution and has since contributed immensely to the development of the institution and the state at large. He also founded Ola Computers, where he has empowered young people in the field of ICT, including his younger brother, who now runs the enterprise. Let us meet him.
My name is Odewale Isaka Olajide. I'm from Osun State, and I graduated from Federal Polytechnic Ado-Ekiti in 2002. I came to Ebonyi State through NYSC. In 2003, we posted to Ebonyi State, and we are camped at Isi local government in Abakaliki area at that time. Now it's in Afiko. Their camp is now in Afiko. Yeah. So I served in Akanimba Federal Polytechnic in that 2003-2004 batch A core member. At the initial stage, I didn't even know where it was unless we see it on a map and all these ones. So I served there with the NYSC, the Polytechnic staff, and I was even opportune to interact with students. So after my service here, that was how I had a little opportunity to go out, and I was called back by the Polytechnic management due to the recommendation of the staff and students, and I was interviewed and opportune to be given employment. And since that time, 2005 till date, I'm in Ebonyi State, working in Akanimba Federal Polytechnic. During my service here in 2003-2004, I met a lot of friends, in fact, a lot of them from different parts of the country. A sample of them is Umaru Yaro from Maduguri. And to date, we are still interacting, we're still chatting. And I met another guy from Akwa Ibom State, Kenny, and he's still available there. And we're still talking today. Then some of them, I'm still with some that even came from Southwest Nigeria, that's from Oyo State. In fact, he's still working together with me here in this Ebonyi State. And another woman is there, Madam Lanja. We serve together and we are still working together to date. And we are doing very well. And since that time, we are even working, interacting like a family. We don't even know whether you are from West or South, from East or from any part of the country. We are interacting with, to date, we are moving like a family, we discuss like a family. If we see ourselves, we think the same way, we relate the same way. We don't even know whether you are Yoruba or you are Hausa, you are this, you are that. No, there wasn't anything like that. But at that particular time, we came together, we live happy and very cordial. To date, we relate the same way. I'm aware of the skill acquisition program of NYSC, which is helping a lot. In fact, I have a brother that served in Ebonyi State, in which through that skill acquisition program, he was able to learn about a particular trade program, in which today is what he's living on. He was given a loan, and he set up himself, and he's making his living on it now with his family. And there are some other core members that used to come to my brother's shop to learn about computer programming and all these things, in which majority of them, after their service, they used to get back to us and tell us that this is what is making them living today. We know the problem we're having in the country of this no job, all this one, from one way to the other. But skill acquisition from doing NYSC do a lot. My name is Oyeni Olalere. I'm from Oyo State, Ogbomoso South precisely. When I was serving then, we were introduced to this entrepreneurship skill, where some people go for computer, some went for hairdressing and all the likes. Then, I actually went for ICT. They put it under ICT, where we have computer and all those things. And after my services, I came here to join my brother. He invited me that I should come and start something here. After starting, and today, I feel more okay, to the extent that I even prefer to be self-employed, not looking for a job again. And I think with that, I'm okay.
My name is Oko Priscilla Ogomak. I'm from this town, Afikpo. My Oga is a easygoing type, and I learned so many things from him.
This is where I learned my computer. I like computer, really. The man is a nice man. He's generous. The man is jovial. Like, he knows how to attend to customers. Even when I was learning computer here, like, he taught me so many things. How to type. As you can see, I'm a typist. I can type.
NYSC program with research inclusion is helping a lot. The lot of programs they are doing that is helping. There's even saving the country from unemployment. If it continues and is given proper backing by federal government and all stakeholders, it will help a lot. Some of our graduates are going outside here without job, without everything. But with the little skill acquisition program, majority of them will set up themselves and they will not need to even wait for paper job anymore. There is no paper job anywhere as we are. But if you are acquired a skill, you set yourself up. With that, you have an opportunity of getting little loan. You start to begin to be employer of labor, not more the job shaker.
Nigeria serves, Nigeria we serve.
That was so inspiring. Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program is a viable pathway to economic liberation. We all can become wealth creators if we apply ourselves accordingly and imbibe the right values as promoted by the NYSC, including the values of integrity, discipline, and service to humanity. We would be right back.
On the news today, NYSC DG harps on multilateral collaboration for skill acquisition. Inadequate skill training facilities, startup capital, and insufficient access to mentorship and counseling have been identified as some of the challenges mutilating against the NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program. NYSC Director General, Major General Shwahib Ibrahim, said robust partnerships with private sector organizations and multilateral collaborations are avenues to surmount these challenges. He disclosed this in his address at the 2022 NYSC Stakeholders Meeting, Dex Officers Training and Debriefing Conference held in Abuja. NYSC member converted a dilapidated building to a clinic in a remote village of Adamawa State. A member of the National Youth Service Corps, Eheye Neneoma Joy, serving in Adamawa State, converted an abandoned building to a clinic in Pongo Community, a remote village in Geri local government area of Adamawa State. The idea of the clinic came up when the Corps member was participating as an enumeration officer in the National Homegrown School Feeding Program, NHGSFP, which entailed Corps members touring remote villages of the state to enumerate and register primary school pupils for the school feeding program. Corps members and prospective Corps members should always be security conscious. Do not keep late night. When traveling, board vehicles from government's designated parks only. That is, after permission has been given by the state coordinator for such journey if it is outside the state. Avoid night movements, and any journey extending beyond 6 p.m. should be broken. Please note that services rendered by the scheme such as deployment, relocation, posting are all free of charge. Do not fall prey to the antics of fraudsters. Always contact NYSC social media platforms for authentic information on the scheme or the nearest NYSC office. For emergency, call the NYSC local government inspector, zonal inspector, state coordinator, security agencies, or the NYSC Director General. The security and well-being of Corps members remain a cardinal policy trust of the National Youth Service Corps. The responsibility of safeguarding the life of Corps members is a collective one. Let us all unite to protect Corps members as the scheme is a great national asset.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with me on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. Please write to us. We always love to hear from you. Write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we will write back. Remember, The safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Inkem Agoa. Stay safe.
Youth of